10, 9, 8, 7. Whenever you see the Sport Fighting League go off, that's when we're going down.
The date, June 7th, 2011, and you are live with the Sport Fighting League Report. Tonight, as always, we've got a great show, and the lineup as it stands, Jim Jenkins, matchmaker extraordinaire and promoter to the future stars of MMA. Myself, Oscar Lares, the choice for the voice. Also, in studio, our own in-house MMA analyst, the ever-popular and ever favorable Jay D'Amato. Also, tonight, in studio, Sauer MMA fighters, interviews, stats. You're going to meet some of the best fighters coming up in the area. Also, tonight, Kyle Sanders, formerly of the group Nedra, is going to be singing in studio one of his newest songs just released. So stay tuned to the Sport Fighting League Report. We're all news, all MMA, all the time. Welcome back to this week's edition of the Sport Fighting League Report. I have in studio with me, as always, the matchmaker and promoter, the man with the plan for the Sport Fighting League, Jim Jenkins. Also in studio with us, Drew Ingrande. Welcome, Drew.
How you doing?
All right. Is this your first time on the report, right?
This is my second or third time on the report.
All right. Well, I'm getting older, so I tend to forget a few things every now and then. But it's good to have you back.
Yeah.
I know we've got a few things to talk about. Jim, talk to me about the last week at MMA. What do we got going on?
Oh, well, we've got the June 17th coming up, the big amateur card at the Heart of St. Charles, Sport Fighting League event. Drew, you've got a lot of your guys from Sauer MMA down there at Full Contact Fitness that are going to be joining us tonight. It's a good card. The headliner is going to be Charlie Hoare against Kenny Nienhaus. We had Charlie on the show last week. We're combining our regional and league champions into just having one champion from now on. So those two are both 135-pound champions in different versions, and they're going to be combining and unifying it. We're also going to have a vacant 205-pound belt that's being fought for by Brandon Wiemeyer against Brandon McCrary, and they're both undefeated. And then Rob Miller is going to be meeting someone from your group, Shiloh Hayes, for a fan favorite belt at 180 pounds. So those are the 3 title fights, and then we're loaded with 2 Muay Thai matches and 8 other MMA. So we've got like 13, 14 bouts altogether.
I'll tell you what, that's a great card, and tickets are on sale. You can call 267-2204. That's 314-267-2204. Get some ringside tickets. I tell you what, this venue is great. There's not a bad seat in the house, and you'll hear every punch, and you might have to wipe off a little sweat and blood when it's all said and done. But that's what this is. It's a great venue. It's a great night, and we've got some great fighters on the card. So that's exciting. And my personal favorite, as you always know, are the Muay Thai fights. I love that stuff. So.
The way we try and set it up now is that we'll always try and have about 10 good MMA bouts, and then anything we do above that are Muay Thai matches, like we consider bonus matches. In the upcoming weeks, we're going to be talking about a big pro event that we've got coming on. It's a full pro card, but then we're also going to throw on 4 bonus high-level matches, MMA matches on that card too. So we like to be able to, as much as we can cram in entertainment for the people when they come out. We appreciate the fans when they come out. We've got a real loyal following out there. Like you said, the Heart of St. Charles is a great venue. There's not a bad seat in the house. It's a great venue. We love it.
Oh, absolutely. It looks great, and I've had people come over from the river in the evening, and it does overlook the Missouri River, and you can see the cage right out there as you're coming over the bridge. Yeah. If it's night, it's kind of nice. It's definitely a nice environment. It's food served, alcohol served. It's a great night. So get your tickets early. I'm telling you, folks, these fights, they fill up fast, and you'll be pleased that you did. Now I noticed this card we don't have any female fighters.
No, we've had a good run of female fighters for a couple fights in a row, and it's at 3 now. I think it's tough to do. We did have Ashley Cummings in here recently, and she's going to be turning pro, so we're hoping to be able to get her a pro fight later in the fall. But on this one, we don't have any female fighters. They're tough.
Yeah,
tough
they
to
are.
Find.
Ashley Smashley.
Yep.
I love it.
I know.
Yeah.
She did a thing. If you look on Facebook, in fact, if you can find out more about the poster and the information on these fights if you go to Facebook and go to Sport Fighting League on Facebook, and you'll find all that stuff. But she was just on. It was a Channel 2 News or
Channel 2 News. Yep.
The daytime thing they do. She put the guy in a rear naked choke.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was good. That clown guy they got on there.
Yeah.
Timmy Zell.
There he is.
Oh, really?
He did a good job interviewing her.
Yeah.
And Ashley's really, for the shy girl that we've known for quite a while,
right.
She's really come out of her shell. When she was
Yeah.
in here, she was funny. She's a police officer now.
Yeah.
She's not shy anymore. She's not that kid we knew 3 years ago.
Yeah. Well, I
first met her.
Yeah, I made sure I made the point to tell her she presents very well. I tell you what, that lady's going to go far, not just in her career with MMA, but as a police officer, you can see that right off.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
Now, what are some of what do you think is going to be your favorite match of the night coming up?
Favorite match of the night. I would have to say the fight I'm looking forward to most is Mickey Meyer and Clay Mitchell. I had one of my guys fight Clay last time, a really strong wrestler, and he kind of took Clay down and controlled Clay, and it was a pretty lackluster fight. But Mickey likes to stand and bang, and Clay likes to stand and bang.
Don't blink on this one.
Don't blink. It's going to be somebody's getting knocked out in this
Yeah.
fight, and that's the fight I'm really looking forward to. There's a lot of good technical fights. Charlie Hart, Kenny Nienhaus, that's going to be technical. That's going to be a very close to pro level fight. You got Bryant Hurt doing a Muay Thai match. He's got very outstanding Muay Thai. But the Clay Mitchell Mickey Meyer fight excites me because those two are just going to go in there and throw leather like you would not believe. It's going to be awesome.
I'm excited, too, for the Brandon Wiemeyer and Brandon McQuarrie fight.
Yeah.
We haven't seen either one of them since the fall. They've both taken a break. But they're both undefeated. And it's going to be an interesting fight. And they both are hungry for that belt. So I like when there's a vacant belt on the line. Those guys get a chance. Like throwing a steak in a couple tigers,
right.
Hungry tigers are going to fight a little bit harder for it seems like. So that's always a good thing.
Well, and I think you brought up a good point early on. If you missed it, instead of having the regional belts now, we're just going to have the unified
One
belt,
league belt.
One league belt.
Overall.
I think that's it's really going to hold a lot of value, and so whoever takes those belts and those titles that night, it's definitely going to be something to brag about.
Are we getting ready to take a break now, I think, and then we're going to be coming back with some of the fighters that are fighting on there from Full Contact Fitness, which is Sauer MMA.
You got it. Give us a moment. We'll be right back with Sauer MMA Fighters.
It's the only thing that slowly stops the ache, but it's made of all the things I have to take.
Well, welcome back from the break. In studio, again, the June 7th show, Sport Fighting League Report in studio. I do have Drew Ingrande with me, and he is going to introduce some of the Sauer MMA fighters. And go ahead and take it away.
All right, this guy to my right here is our 145er is making his debut. His name's Jesse Holmes. Really exciting things to come from this kid over here. He's got a bright future in this sport. And to my left over here, we have Mickey Meyer. This is going to be his second fight. First fight, how fast was your knockout, Mickey?
16 seconds.
16 seconds. This kid slings some heavy hands. So we got a lot of big things coming from Sauer MMA, and these are two of our younger guys just starting out. Haven't been training more than 2 years between the two of them. But they're really exciting fighters, and they're the new breed of fighter that we have coming up from Full Contact Fitness. These guys are really well-rounded. They're not one-dimensional at all, so that's what I'm really excited about.
Well, that's good, and that's the kind of fighter really MMA is all about. I mean, over the years, the fighters have had to learn how to truly be a well-rounded fighter and quit claiming, I guess, one style, because really to be successful in the sport and get your name out there and have a successful stat card, you need to be a well-rounded fighter, ground and pound. You got to have your cardio down for that stand-up. It's definitely a new version of fighters than even 10 years ago, the ones coming up. New techniques are constantly being, I think, introduced. Mm-hmm. The workouts are changing all the time at the gym. Workouts that are now specifically tuned to MMA fighters. Am I right?
Yeah.
All right. Well, talk to me about, Mickey, about your fight coming up. How do you feel about it? Have you done anything different? Have you changed your training to better prepare yourself for your opponent?
I've just been training really hard. I'm really excited about the fight coming up, Just going to go in there and try and win.
All right. Well, good. Now, you're a St. Louisan.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, how long you been working over at working out at Sauer?
Oh, probably 6-7 months.
Okay. And what drew you to that school?
It was the only school in town. They had a good reputation.
Well, there you go. I mean, reputation's everything. Obviously, they're doing something right. A lot of good talent comes out of there. And what about you?